Meanwhile, the White House has said that it has new intelligence that shows that the Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un swapping letters as Russia looks to North Korea for munitions in the ongoing Ukraine war. In the next few minutes, we will detail the latest findings of the U.S. intelligence report. Now, according to the latest findings, the White House has said that Russia is in secret and active talks with North Korea. Meanwhile, the White House further says that Russia aims to acquire a range of munitions from Moscow's fight in Ukraine. The White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby has further asserted on how North Korea supplied infantry rockets and missiles to Russia in the past as well. And these munitions that I just mentioned, they were used by Russia's private militia. We're talking about the Wagner Group here. Meanwhile, not only this, the White House has further revealed that Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu's latest trip to North Korea was done in a bid to acquire more munitions from North Korea. Meanwhile, according to the United Nations, any such deal between Russia and North Korea can violate Security Council resolutions forbidding arms deal with North Korea. And for more on this story, we were earlier joined by Rich Outson. He's a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council and the Jamestown Foundation. We asked him as to what implications will these claims by the White House on Russia-North Korea arms talks have on the South Korea and the Japan region, as well as on the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. Take a listen.
Well, technically, the state of war between North Korea and South Korea never ended, right? So there has not been a peace treaty following the war that ceased active combat in 1953. So in a sense, North Korea is an armed state, an armed camp. Really, it's an entirely militarized state with close to no personal liberties or individual freedoms. And the way that Kim Jong-un and his predecessors have justified this is by constantly convincing his people that the South, the imperialists, the Americans, the Koreans, and so forth, are bent on invading. But of course, there is no war plan that calls for the Americans and the South Koreans to go north. This is simply a tool and a very old game that KJU plays to keep his own people in shackles, and so that they put up with the various impositions of an impoverished and entirely militarized state. So he conjures up this image that the United States is interested in nuclear war or an invasion. And of course, it's never been true, and certainly not in the last 5 decades. So it's, in that sense, it's an old game, and not the first time he's done nuclear saber rattling as part of that game.